Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai property owners and the prospect of them being able to get a visa to return to Thailand. So we're talking about folks who've been stranded abroad. They do not technically meet the other criteria associated with a visa to Thailand, but they do own property in Thailand. So presumably that would be like a Thai condo, although there may be other arrangements wherein somebody may actually have either substantial property rights or even ownership over other types of property or real estate here in the kingdom. I suspect that this is most pertinent for those who otherwise have a retirement visa for Thailand and are unable to come back because retirement visas are not currently on the list of visas which are allowed to return to Thailand. A recent article from the Bangkok Post, and the article is titled CCSA, and that's sort of the committee that's dealing with the COVID response, names groups that can return. Quoting directly, long-term foreign residents and foreigners with permanent residences, that's different from permanent residence, it's permanent residences, so homes, in Thailand stranded overseas will receive priority when seeking to return to Thailand under strict disease control measures, the head of a panel under the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration, CCSA, said. Deputy Army Chief Natapon Nakpanich, chairman of the CCSA's panel on the easing of COVID-19 restrictions, said the panel will recommend, let's be clear, recommend the CCSA allow these two groups of foreigners back into Thailand as they have high purchasing power. Upon arrival, they will still be subject to a 14-day quarantine, General Natapon said, adding that about 100 of them are ready to return to Thailand and willing to follow disease control measures. So first of all, let's note a couple of things. Recommend. This is not promulgated regulatorily, so we have yet to see these folks or a category being created for folks like this to be able to come back to Thailand. So it remains to be seen. But again, we're talking about long-term foreign residents and foreigners with permanent residences. Interesting, I would be curious to know what long-term foreign residence means. So there's lawful permanent residents in Thailand, and then there's folks that can show that they have lived in Thailand for a prolonged period of time and just happen to get caught out, and that they hold a non-immigrant visa status. I don't know exactly what the discernment factors will be on that, as well as foreigners with permanent residences, and that is presumably folks with homes in Thailand. For example, a Thai condo or other type of Thai property ownership. Again, all of this is kind of speculative. It's sort of up in the air. We're quoting, for example, a lot of the papers of record, notably the Bangkok Post, a very good source of information. But again, this is all news. It's yet to be promulgated into law. We will keep you updated as the situation progresses. But for now, I think it certainly is light on the horizon or light at the end of the tunnel that we are probably going to see at least some substantive changes in the relatively foreseeable future regarding, expanding who is going to be able to come into the Kingdom of Thailand.